Happy Tuesday, everybody. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, buddy. How you?
Good. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Rumble. We're missing Jeff tonight. He is down in, where is he? Down in Universal. Oh, we've got Robin on, too. Let me add Robin.
Nice.
Hey, Robin.
Right. Hello, how are you?
Oh, hey, Robin.
Hey, how are you, Mike?
I'm great.
Even Robin's shirt is pink tonight. How great is that?
I'm telling you, look at that background back there, man.
Right?
I even had to turn the lights off because it will blow you away with the lighting. I can't. I'm
welcome,
extra,
everybody.
you know it.
We do these lives for you because we had a bunch of people start asking questions, and we just wanted to put the information out there to everyone. So the big point of these lives is for you to ask questions in the comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from in the comments too. We'll put those comments up on the screen. We'll try to answer those live. There'll be less lies tonight since Jeff is not on. So, we'll try to answer them for real.
He's out having fun.
Yeah, he's out having fun down in Universal. He might make a guest appearance. I wouldn't be shocked if he pops in here from like Harry Potter.
Unless he's in an inflatable outfit, I don't want to see it.
I did tell him, hey, listen, man, you're on vacation. There's no reason for you to join. If you are having fun with the family, feel free to not
Love
join.
it.
So hopefully he gets some well-deserved time off. But we've got a pretty packed agenda tonight. We're going to talk about some real estate stats like we always do. We're going to get into some new stuff coming to the Summerville area, like restaurants and things that Mike brought up that he heard is coming to Nexton. Now, those we don't know for sure, but this is just stuff we've heard about. And then, we'll get into all your questions and try to answer those as well. So hopefully the next hour will be a lot of fun. And we've already got 12 people on. So hello out there to the world of 12 to you. Thanks so much for joining. So Robin, did you have Mike, did you guys have clients today, or were you just doing other real estate stuff today and catching videos and all that? What are you guys doing?
Mike?
Go ahead, Robin.
All right, so my morning.
I was not.
My morning started out at MUSC with the daughter for an appointment. All went well. I hate that drive downtown because, I feel like I'm just going to die before I even get to the hospital. So, But other than that, everything went great. It was a beautiful day outside. I absolutely love these kind of days. You can get some great video. I have another video that I'm putting together. So it was a really good day all in all.
Yeah, Robin's been doing some great short videos of different communities and just different lifestyle around town. So if you're not following Robin on Facebook, mainly Facebook, right, Robin?
Yes, mostly Facebook. I just started getting into the TikTok and Instagram thing, so I'm still learning it.
Yeah. So follow her on Facebook. She's been throwing out some good videos. We've been trying to share those as well. So check that out. Heidi and Wes are on from Connecticut. We just talked to them the other night. It was yesterday, wasn't it, Mike?
last night.
Yeah. My days are running together and all that. Looking forward to our upcoming meeting with you. Yes, we can't wait to see you guys again. Looking forward to it as well. So thanks for joining. As always, you guys are always on, and we appreciate it for sure. So Mike, what about you? I know you've got a lot of church stuff going on. If you guys don't know, Mike is also the pastor of a church up in the upstate area. So he travels the whole state with us and is able to do real estate all over too. So how was your week?
Yeah, I started my day in the hospital this morning as well with some friends having surgery, and so I was able to sit with them for a little while today, and then came home and had to get on the phone with Mary, our transaction coordinator, and just make sure we've got all our ducks in a row for the appointments and showings and inspections and all that stuff on the calendar for the next 6 weeks. So
yeah, it's a lot. Like a lot of people don't realize how much stuff we navigate through. We're really navigators more than salespeople on the backside. And throughout the transaction, there's a lot of things that we do for our out of towners, and we every once in a while we let something slip through the cracks, but we don't like to do that. So that's why we have weekly meetings, like Mike had one with his transaction coordinator.
Nice.
We have meetings and all of that.
And I can't say enough about them. I mean, I tell people she keeps me out of jail, and
yes, absolutely.
It's a real benefit. We couldn't do the volume we do without having people like that support us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because we do a lot of things that other realtors don't do. I feel like. Going out and getting video of houses every 10 to 14 days or so to let you know kind of how the whole process is going from start to finish. And that's whether you buy a spec home that, just had cabinets go in, or from the ground up. Last week I went out and was at the next neighborhood over, and just happened to be flying the drone, and I saw that they were doing foundation on one over in Summerville when I was in Tidewater. So I got a quick drone video of that, and that was great for our clients up in Massachusetts. So that's already framed. So I got to go back there already and get another video real quick.
Yeah, love it.
What neighborhoods have you guys been working in?
Coordinators. That's all we are.
Yeah. What neighborhoods have you guys been working in mostly the last 2 weeks or so?
Mine has been Four Seasons and Del Webb a lot. Yeah, that's basically where I've been.
Yeah. Robin?
I've got one. What's the Mayfair?
Oh, nice.
What's that neighborhood? I'm drawing a mind blank.
Mayfair.
Mayfair and
Mayfair Road. No, it's golly. Yeah. So anyway, Dream Finders.
Oh, Dream Finders. Tidewater.
Is it Tidewater? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
yeah, I think we have. That's been popular lately. We have 4 clients building in Tidewater right now, and a couple of them, their closings coming up, and then of course, Mike got our first one over in the Coves too with Meritage. So that's a really great neighborhood too.
That one too.
It is. That is so pretty over there. I just did a quick video of the whole, just driving through the neighborhood and of the model. It is absolutely beautiful over there. I loved it. Had a great time.
You know what my favorite part about those homes is the back porches. And it's just because they're a little different. They've got wood decking on them, where most of them you're just seeing concrete pads and stuff like that. And, it's just,
it's the extra stuff.
I told my clients, I'm going to come over and sit on your back porch. I'm just telling you. So.
Right.
Love it. Love it.
I think he's going to put a fence up, so I hope you can jump that fence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a 4-footer, so we're good.
Yeah. Hey, all you have to do is know the builder. Okay, he can put a door in there. They don't even have to know about it.
Actually, Mike, I'll have to try to pull up the video while we're talking later, but there was a bald eagle right outside his door when we were finalizing that house that was perched on the top of one of the trees because they fish in the lake there and stuff. It was so cool.
I mean, you see that and you just know this is the house, right?
Right.
I mean, you can't.
He actually turned around to me and he goes, "You're a really good realtor."
On
Yeah.
cue.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, too funny. All right, well, let's get into some real estate stats again. Let me try to pull this up right here.
All right, don't be asking Rose anything. I talked to Rose earlier today. All right, don't Rose, no more, because you're winning too many. Okay.
Yeah, she's been our resident expert, except my daughter Abby. Last week, Abby got the number right on the dot.
Right.
So she flew up to Providence today because she's visiting my family in Massachusetts.
Love
she said, "I'm going to join just so I can try to answer the question."
Oh, I love her. She's so sweet.
Let's see. Before we get to the stats, Paul is on full service. Loved the video. So that was his drone video that we did. So Paul, I'll get you another video soon. I know you posted that picture of it framed up, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I better get over there." So we'll get
expectations are high.
Yeah. G Rice says, "Hey, we watch every week, most of the time a few days late, but still watch. A couple quick questions. How come every time that a realtor does a drive-through, the neighborhoods look deserted?" That's a good question. I'll give you my take on it. I think it's because we're doing them during the day and everybody is at school and is working.
Yes.
So, I'm not going out there after, rush hour traffic and showing all the people walking and driving their golf carts and all of that stuff.
Because then you get everybody stopping you saying, "Hey, why are you videoing me? You don't have permission to video me."
Now that you guys say that, so John and Craig and myself are supposed to get together and we're going to interview people who live in Carnes.
Oh, let me put this on hold. I'm coming right back to you, G Rice. We've got a special guest that is popping in. His name is Universal Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can, yeah. You sound great.
Yeah, so Reagan and Riley just got on the line to go on this ride right here.
Jeff, can you turn it sideways so we can see better?
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yes, that's fun.
That is
so
great.
They're going to be drenched here in a second. And Andrea has decided that she is not going to go because she made the mistake last night of going on that ride. So now you see where she is.
No wetness. I do not want to get drenched.
But she's sitting here in front of a big tray of cheeseburgers.
Yeah, are you hungry, Jeff?
So here's where we're at. Bilge Rat Barges. That's what the girls are on.
Y'all. Jeff, you're
So
wrong.
I just want to jump
You're
on
wrong.
and say hi.
Well, we were just starting to get into some comments. We talked a little bit about some of the neighborhoods that we worked in. And we've got a couple more questions here from G. Rice. Can you interview some of the residents to get their feedback on living there? We would, except a lot of residents don't like to be interviewed. Right, Jeff? I mean, there are a couple like over at Del Webb that have said they will do it, but not many people like to be on video.
Really?
Yeah, we've got a couple lined up. We've got one in Del Webb and one in Four Seasons that is so kindly offered to be on a video with us, and we just haven't taken them up on that, and we want to do that. But if you have a specific neighborhood, like if you're thinking of moving here and you want to talk to one of our clients, we can talk to them and say, "Hey, would you mind chatting with somebody?" They can give you the lowdown skinny on the neighborhood, so you don't have to trust.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Mike and can't trust Mike and Robin. Neither one of them.
It's Mike. It's not me.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
Well, I don't even know what you said because you kind of broke up, so I didn't hear that.
Mike, what are you talking about?
He's saying that you can't trust you. That's what he's saying.
That's
no,
what
I would
thought
never.
I
No, I would never say that. Ignore Mark. He doesn't know what he's talking
what he
about.
said, Mike. Exactly, word for word.
This is recorded, so we'll
here we go.
And check it out.
Ken says, I live in Del Webb and would be glad to talk and answer any questions. Thank you, Ken. We saw Ken over by the stay and play houses, the Del Webb experience. He saw us over there videoing those, and he drove by, I think, if I remember correctly, to say hello when he was going to his house and stuff. So
that, or he was just stalking us in the neighborhood. Maybe you know that Ken.
He saw the celebrities and had to stop.
Ken, great. We appreciate you. So Jeff, we were just going to get into the real estate. Do you want to answer the question from?
Let me answer the. You know what? My signal's cutting out. I'm gonna go do the family thing. I'll let you guys do your thing. Go have fun.
All right, see you, Jeff.
All right, see y'all.
All right, that was cool.
That was nice.
Ken said I would stalk Jeff, not Mark, though. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that.
Ken, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. Ken says he lives right across the street from those stay and play. All right, let me pull up the screen here. All right, so last week, so right now we have over 4,700 homes on the market. We haven't seen that number in a long, long time. Like I would say before COVID, we haven't seen that. Just since last week, we're up 174 homes. So the amount of homes coming on the market is outpacing the ones that are going under contract. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was interesting because usually by March, end of March, beginning of February, where we are now,
it's already
it's pretty even. But we're still seeing more come on the market, which can be good and can be bad, right? Bad, not so great for sellers, but we're still kind of in a seller's market because we're under that 5,500, 6,000 homes. That really is a break-even market. But there are some neighborhoods that are have more for sale than are going under for sure. As you can see by the overall market, and that those are starting to favor the buyers a little bit more. So it's give and take, just kind of depends on where we are. But as far as transactions, we're seeing the market about the same as last week, plus or minus a few here, like the townhomes and condos. Last week we saw 65. This week we're seeing 55, as high as $2.5 million. Obviously, that's down in Mount Pleasant and the Peninsula most likely. 19 of them were between the 300 and 500 mark. 307 total homes under contract, which is 27 less than last week. And our median came down overall for the market a little bit, about 64,000 down to 481 and about $8 less a square foot. Out of those 307 homes, 242 were single family, so about 12 less on the single family side. And then mortgage rates, went up slightly, not much from last week, but slightly. And we saw a little uptick last week as well. And I think that's really going to follow it's going to do the opposite of, the stock market. When the stock market goes down, more people are going to favor bonds, especially, when they get to my age and older, they're going to move some of their money out of stocks and more into bonds, which then increases the demand for bonds, which will then allow some of our mortgage rates to go down. It's funny how it works. I can't explain it any deeper than that, so don't ask.
I think you did really good.
Okay, good.
And your whole old age of 45, right?
Well, I'm 48 now. I'm 48 now.
Oh, 48. Okay, the whole old age of 48. My goodness. Where has the time gone, Mark?
Yes. But so, we'll just have to see kind of what the stock market does. They've stayed, like I said, slightly up, but pretty flat overall for like the last 2 months, I would say. So It really depends on where you lock in. Now, don't be afraid by those numbers because some of the builders are offering some buy down rates, and that will help you out really well. Like one of our clients, we were able to get into a townhouse and we got a 3.99% rate for them.
What?
Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
super great on that side. That's probably the extreme. You know, some of the other builders are buying them down to 4.99, 5.5, which will save you a lot of money per month for sure.
Oh yeah.
Mike, Robin, did you guys have any buy downs recently? I know some of the builders are offering them, but not all of the builders, and definitely not a lot in the 55 plus.
Yeah, no, so I went and did a video out at Meritage at the Coves, and they were offering a 4.99 on select homes. Amazing homes, such a great neighborhood. I just absolutely love that place. I mean, you don't have a bad view at any of the homes there. But they had that. I haven't heard of any incentives, but I do know that there are many coming out because after spring break, you're kind of getting that whole summer vibe. So I know that they're going to start coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really moving into the busiest time of the year right now.
Yes.
Usually this month, June and part of July and maybe part of last month, 40% of all real estate is done in these 3 months.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. The only kind of caveat to that was COVID, because people were buying all year long, and it didn't really matter. But most of the time, we're getting into our busy time for sure. All right, so here's the question. We ask it every week. 242 single family homes went under contract. Out of those 242, how many were over 1 million? And this is just for fun. There's no, real reason for it. We just kind of like to know how many people are millionaires that are buying millionaire homes, right?
Hey, Rose, call me first. Text me, girl. Text me.
So drop your answer of how many of those 242 you think were over 1 million in this Charleston market in the comments. And let's see how close we are. So Greg Getaways says 43. That's Jeff and Andrea. Robin also says 43. Mike, what do you say?
I just got to go with 45 then.
45. Okay.
It's not the Price is Right, man.
Rose says 44. Rose has been spot on lately, so we'll have to see how close she comes to.
She's going to take my job.
Ken says 49. Ken went up a little bit. Okay.
All right.
49. Do we got any other comments here?
All right, Abby. Where are you, Abby?
Yeah, Abby must be driving home from the airport still or something.
All right, don't answer your phone. Don't get on your phone while you're driving, girl, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's probably why. But the correct answer tonight is it went down a little bit, and we're at 38 homes over 1 million. So previous weeks we saw in the 20s, then it popped up really big to the 60s, and then we've been hovering around that low 40s for a while. That's why a lot of people answered in that low 40s, and you were right to do that. But we dropped just a little bit below, down to 38. Jeff loses again at 43.
All right, Rose. All right, here we are, Rose. Okay.
Let's see what else I got in stats today. Oh yeah, year-to-date stats came out. Some of this is interesting. So transactions year-to-date versus the same time frame last year, we're actually down 1.6% in the number of transactions. Now, some areas were up a lot, like inside 526 in West Ashley, Mount Pleasant, north and south of the IOP connector. So that's basically all of Mount Pleasant. And I think the IOP connector is really the divider for the zip code too, because there's two main zip codes in Mount Pleasant. 29464, I believe it is. 6664. Yeah, I think it's 64 and 66. are the two Mount Pleasant. 6-6 is going north towards Myrtle Beach from the IOP connector, and 6-4 is inside of that. So if you want to be closer to the city, whenever you do your searches, search for 29464. If you don't mind being out a little bit more, it's 29466. So good little tip there.
Does Sarah know what a crazy number person you are?
Right? And then there were some areas that were down more than the 1.6 average. So Johns Island, which I was kind of surprised about, North Charleston, inside the crosstown, Ravenel, Ridgeville, the Highway 165, they were down in transactions. Now, just because we're down in transactions doesn't mean the price goes down. As you can see, year to date, we're currently up 3.6%, which is about the average. Every year, we kind of go up somewhere between 3 and 5%. Obviously, the caveat there was the COVID again. We were up like 18% that year. But so currently we're up 3.6%. Median was 435,000. There were some areas above the 3.6%, a good amount. Inside 526 in West Ashley again. So even though they were down in transactions, they were still up above the 3.6 in price. So there might be a little correlation there. James Island, Johns Island, Mount Pleasant, Upper Berkeley County, Cross, St. Stephen's, Bono, Upper Monk's Corner. All of them were above the 3.6%. So more of those rural areas are seeing the prices start coming up because people are starting to move out that way even more as new construction comes around.
Yep.
And then there were only two significant areas that were down, which is inside 526 in North Charleston, and then that Highway 165 corridor again, the Ravenel, that far side of Summerville. Yeah. So, Mike, is that what you expected year to date, or you're a numbers guy a little bit like me?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I expect Cross, St. Stephen, Bono. I expect those areas to continue to increase. Lots of question marks going on out there. I think that it's funny because, I mean, when, it says it's down 1.6%, but then it lists all those areas where it's up.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, then where is it down then? Because I mean, that's the bulk of the, neighborhoods right there. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one thing to call out, the headlines may say, on the newspaper, March was 23% better in transactions than February. Well, that's the normal case. December, January, February are kind of our low months. So, don't be surprised if you see that because they're just looking at month prior. You really got to look at, month this year to month last year, year over year. Yeah, exactly. So
it's trying to entice the buyer. That's all it's about. So you really just have to get with a realtor, know that what their rankings are, what they're pulling up, the stats and everything else. It depends on neighborhood to neighborhood and area to area. I live in the Goose Creek, North Charleston area. It's not as booming as Summerville area, so it really depends on where you're at. But they're all within 10 to 15 minutes of each other. That's why this area is so great.
Yep. Yeah. That's a great point, Robin. Great point.
Yeah. Love
it. Mike, just because it hit me in the top of the head, you guys both have some new listings coming up. Robin, yours is in Goose Creek, possibly, right? We can't give too much information because we don't have photos or anything like that.
This property is on 2 lots in the Deerfield subdivision. It has only had one owner. It's roughly at almost 3,200 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths, a beautiful backyard that backs up to the wetlands. It has a walking trail back there. It's absolutely probably the most gorgeous home I've ever listed. So that's getting ready to come up. Yeah, so it's right there in Crowfield and easily accessible. Everybody loves that. And she has a gate literally that you open the door and you're on that walking trail going right behind Deerfield.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
And then, Mike, you have one coming up too. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it or not, so I'm going to let you.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say in general, I've got two actually that are coming up. One is land. It does have a manufactured home on it right now, but it's not livable. So it will need to be removed. But the land, there's already a septic system in place. There's already electricity, water, well, all that. And I get people all the time. I just need a couple acres. I got them.
Yep.
Here they are. It's in the Cottageville area, Colleton County,
Wow.
but not that far away from Summerville at all. That's going to be in the mid 100s for that. So I mean, we're that's a good deal. And then I've got a house coming on 3/4 of an acre with a great lake view on Lake Moultrie. And I mean, it's a great location. So
Nice.
if any of those perk your interest, give me a holler.
Nice. And then we have 8 listed right now that are kind of all over the place. The bottom right hand there is out in Ellery. So if you want almost a half acre with a waterfall in your backyard, for just over $500,000, brand new 2023 build, I think it was. So we've got that. We've got St. George to the left of that, a 1916 build, over 4,000 square feet, just under 700,000 with 2 acres of land.
Wow.
We've got a
That's
townhouse in Nexton that's ready to go, super nice as well. In one of the best sections of Nexton too, Brighton Parkway or Brighton Park there, and you could golf cart to all the restaurants right by our office and all of that. We've got the lake view over there in the coves, right on the lake. You can literally drag your kayak out to the back. We've got a 55 plus duplex at the top right there. And that's only $320,000 with some nice amenities. Wow. As Lance would say, it's the best kept 55 plus secret in all of the Charleston area. I like that line, so I had to use it. And then, Mike, you want to talk a little bit about Back T? I know your sellers are really
Back T is a really, really nice house. Yeah, over 3,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms. The primary is downstairs. Extra wide driveways. So if you got teenagers with a bunch of cars, you can just park them all in your driveway still. It has a little pond behind it. It's a really, really nice house. They're ready to sell. So, we've dropped the price a couple times now and actually having a showing as we speak. So
nice.
Beautiful.
And then the top 2 left ones are both under 400,000. The second one on the right there is right here in my neighborhood that I live in the Oaks, and it's 2,300 square feet for $388, fenced in backyard, beautiful extended patio, TV out there on the patio. Definitely can enjoy the indoor outdoor living there. And then the one on the left, Craig just got listed recently, and he's got an open house on that this weekend on Saturday. Beautiful. So we've got a lot of options just for our team that are really great homes from one side of the low country all the way to the other.
Yep, absolutely. You need to do "Won't You Be My Neighbor" video,
right?
Yes.
Won't you be my neighbor?
And you should sing it too. Absolutely.
Look, they're looking for Jeff. Where's Jeff? He popped on, Justin. He did
Jeff
pop
don't
on.
Live
He's on
here
vacation.
No more.
He didn't quit or anything. Don't worry. He's down in Universal with his family because they're on spring break this week. And if you go back and watch the beginning, you'll see where he popped on for a minute to say hello.
Where is Jeff? Really, y'all?
I'm not good enough. We're not good enough, guys. They need Jeff. All right, so there's some cool new restaurants. I found a few articles on some stuff coming up in the area. Holy City Center is a website for the whole Charleston area, and I just cherry picked a bunch, but they had a bunch of restaurants across the Low Country, downtown, Daniel Island, Mount Pleasant coming up. So I thought we would talk about some of these. So the Backyard Beer Garden in Summerville will be located in the Hub in Nexton. So that's right by our attorney. There's the Pickle Bar is over there. And all of that across from Brighton Parkway. The date opening was unknown, so I didn't know the date. Okay. But looks like we lost Mike for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Let me add him back in. Okay, there he is.
Was that all me on my end?
That's you, buddy.
Oh man.
I pushed the button.
You kicked me out.
All right, before I gotta answer this comment from Justin. I wanted to ask him how he takes the golf cart to Uptown Carnes without getting demolished by a car. LOL. That's a great question. So I actually did this with him on one of the videos. And Robin, you did it too, right?
Yes, we did. We just haven't made the video yet, but Craig drove because I refused to be liable. So Craig drove. We made it across the main highway. We almost died. I'm not going to lie. And you need to ask Craig about that because he doesn't know what a yellow light means. And we need to discuss this at the next meeting. Okay. But yes, we all made it in one piece. We're alive.
Yeah. So green is good, right? Yeah. Green is good.
Yellow means slow down, Craig.
So, you got to go out over there by the Blake and the refuel and, get in one of the lanes to go straight across at the light when it turns green. And Jeff made me jump up and down and wave my arms so that cars didn't hit us as we were going through. But really, we just went right through by that crosswalk, Justin, just so you know.
I know that they have a new rooftop bar coming. And there is a ramen place coming, Mr. Pan's Ramen Bowl or something. Can't wait.
Yeah, we that one actually opened. Sharon and I and Abby went there, and
really?
The fried rice is amazing there. Like you would think the ramen noodles were great, but the fried rice.
I'm a noodle girl. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know this. This was a new one to me. Dog and Duck is opening over there in Nexton as well, hoping to open November of 2025.
Well, I know Jeff loves his Dog and Duck.
Yeah, I like the Dog and Duck up in Monk's Corner. So it'll be nice to have two options to go to since I live in King Bay.
Nice.
They're both about 15 or 20 minutes away from the middle of King Bay. Yeah. Dolce Churros, ice cream, and cocktails. Unknown opening date. That's coming to One Nexton. So One Nexton is over by the new Publix. We're going to talk about that area again in a minute. Some stuff that Mike brought up. And then Dutch Brothers Coffee is over by the Lowe's. So Angus Drive. It's an Oregon-based. Is it Oregon or Oregon?
I'm an Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
I don't think it's Oregon. But maybe Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
Oregon.
One of those. Chain offers specialty coffee, smoothies, freezes, teas, exclusive Dutch Bros Rebel energy drink, nitrogen infused cold brew coffee. So that's coming up this summer, and that's going to be over by the Lowe's across from Azalea Square. Is where Angus Drive is. I don't know exactly where the building is going to be, but another coffee option. I thought that was cool.
That is nice. Because Summerville loves his coffee.
Yeah,
it does.
They do,
and it's something different than Starbucks and Dunkin'.
Right. We need something different.
There's another Italian restaurant coming to Monk's Corner. Hopefully, summer of 2025. And West Railroad Ave, I think, is right there by the train tracks in downtown Monk's Corner. So if you haven't been to downtown Moncks Corner, I think it's kind of cool. It's really old school.
It is, yes.
Yeah. Robin, what do you
Super
think?
cute, very quaint. Like you have to park and walk the avenue back and forth. It is super, super cute.
Yeah. Mike, you've been there a couple times, right?
Moncks Corner?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. And then Woodhaven Pizza is supposed to be coming. It says it's aiming to open March, but I don't think it's open yet. 1288 Nexton Parkway. So I'm not even sure where that one is. I'll have to look that one up on the map.
That's right over there by the Publix also.
It is. Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Okay.
And then this one in the big box here, Kersey House. One of the clients that was in yesterday let us know that somebody recommended this. And then I just saw it on palmettoparents.com for new restaurants. So it's one of those historic houses that they've been renovating, and it's a French bistro. And they also own Laura's in Summerville, I believe, and a few other restaurants in the area.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
So I haven't been there yet, but supposedly my wife's heard and these clients have heard that it's supposed to be really, really good.
It's called Field Trips. You do know what that is, right, Mark? Field Trips, yes. We're available. Field Trips.
Field trip.
Robert, I was thinking the same thing. I mean, to really make sure that we're all in the know, I think that would be a great.
Yeah.
I mean, we all need to be in 100% all in, right?
All right, let me get back to Justin first. So basically, I should not take my 11-month-old with me to Uptown on the Carnes on the golf cart. You might not want to. I don't know.
Just buckle him in. I had a seatbelt. You will really want a seatbelt.
Yeah. Maybe if you put a helmet, like his bike helmet on and stuff like that. I don't know, Justin. All right. Curtis. What's up, Curtis? How you doing, man? He said, what's a better airport, including Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, or Savannah? So I don't think I've been
to. Each one is different.
Yeah. Myrtle Beach I've been to, and it's easy to get in and out of. Pretty small. I had no problems.
The biggest, I think, more difficult.
Yeah, Savannah's more difficult. Hilton Head, if I remember correctly, they have a lot of cancellations just because it's a connector and it's a small airport. So they probably have the most connection issues out of all of them. But I like Myrtle. I've never been to Savannah, though, so I can't tell you that one.
Yeah, Savannah is a little larger than Myrtle and a little bit more complicated. So it depends on really where you're going as to between Myrtle Beach or the Savannah airport.
Yeah. Mike, have you been to Savannah?
No. I think the only one I've been to is Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you used to be able to get cheaper flights out of Myrtle before like Breeze and those airlines came here to Charleston. So a lot of times, a lot of us would go up to Myrtle and catch a cheaper flight out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Curtis said, with all the restaurants and shopping in Nexton, Cane Bay growing, is there enough parking for golf carts? Let's say if I want to go to Hall's Chop House on a Friday or Saturday night. Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but a lot of these places don't have designated golf cart parking. So you basically just have to park in a lot. But for Hall's, there's a whole huge parking lot behind Hall's, kind of like behind Hall's, behind our main office at 604 Front Street. And so there's plenty of parking there, and then you can walk to whatever you want over in Nexton Square.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that you're more than 3 to 4 minutes away from anything in any part of Nexton.
Yeah. And they've got that large parking area too on the backside of Bad Daddy's and all of that.
Yeah.
So,
that's a good point. All right, Mike, let's talk about this, what you brought up here. So this is going to be called the Market at Cross Park. Is that what it is?
Yep. And so lots of stuff coming still. That I can't point to it. So right where you're pointing though is the area we're talking about. Publix is already there just to the left of that or right of that area, but it's slated for like movie theater, bowling alley, lots of retail, couple hotels. I'm sure more restaurants, things like that. That's going to be a pretty exciting area over there.
That's awesome. I had no idea. You just found this out too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy that one corner is going to engulf all of that?
Yeah, it's all woods right now.
Yeah,
that's what I was just going to say. I would imagine we're still a couple years out on that because it's all woods.
I think so, yeah.
But
they are starting to lease those. Yeah.
This is cool to see over here how all this is going to be too, because none of this is here either, right?
No, none of that's there. I think that's going to be more office, commercial, not retail kind of stuff over there.
Okay. Heidi said, where is this? So Heidi, this is Nexton Parkway. This is the new Publix right at Nexton Parkway. And this is the Harris Teeter right in Nexton. And this is the road, Brighton Parkway, I think it's called, that goes down to, oh no, here's the Harris Teeter. No, what is it? Oh, this is the hub. Okay. So yeah, this is the road that goes down to our office, down to Nexton Square. So Del Webb, Nexton, this is some of the houses that you're seeing right here up in the top right corner for that. So this is all Nexton. And then I-26 is right here. So all of this area from basically right here, this road is there, and everything to the left of this road is not there yet. All of these 3 areas. Life adventure. My son got pulled over by Summerville PD going to Rita's on my golf cart. The cop said what we thought was the golf cart path was not. It was considered a sidewalk. Going to Rita. So when you turn into downtown Nexton, that sidewalk is skinnier. So I could kind of see that. I could see where it's just a pedestrian walk. But once you're out on Brighton Parkway, I see golf carts all up and down there. And from my understanding, I haven't heard anybody being pulled over on Brighton Parkway. But once you turn into downtown Nexton, those roads should be less than 35 miles per hour. So you're able to drive your golf cart on the roads. Yeah.
Crazy.
Heidi says, thank you. You're welcome, Heidi. Curtis says, honest question. My wife thinks moving to a 55 and better community is saying you're old, and compared to living at an all age community with a single story, with a home with single story. So Curtis, I would argue that there's some better parties in the 55 and better communities in a lot of these than there are in the all age communities. So
they have better conversation, better booze, better insurance, better everything. Done.
Yeah. I would just say go visit, because I think you'd be really surprised, because I hear that a lot from people though. They feel like if they move into 55 plus that they've just signed their life over to old age. And I mean, that's not what we see when we drive around in those places at all.
No. But we'll take you to both, and you decide what's better for you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can bring a party to any facility, so let's go.
Yeah. And some of the amenities in these all age communities are not just as nice, but getting up there to just as nice as the 55 plus, like Midtown amenities. Those are really nice.
Yeah.
And the clubs are amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another one, Mike. Carnes.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be able to walk through the Carnes one think it's May 9th. We're gonna be able to get in there, and I think Jeff invited a couple of you guys to come with us too, because he can only have like 4 people total. So, but and then it's gonna open like a week later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But good question, Curtis. Good question. I like it. All right. So we talked about the Market at Cross Park. I think we got that down. That'll be interesting, especially the movie theater, because that'll save you 15 minutes to get from getting to the other movie theater, I feel like.
Yeah. And I think, just to kind of cushion ourselves here, those are preliminary, plans and ideas. So
throw down the legal stuff, Mike. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't hold me to it.
Yeah. That's what we've been told.
It's a great little area, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that area, if you've lived here long enough and you see all of the commotion happening, you can't help but to be drawn to everything that's going on there. The new shops, the new scenery. I mean, it is really, it's really fascinating to see. It really is.
Yeah.
Love it.
I keep saying, when is a cheesecake factory or something like that going to come to Summerville? Because and that would be an ideal place for that type of a restaurant, or something.
From your mouth to God's, to God's ear. I don't know,
Yeah, I'd love to see a cheesecake factory and a Maggiano's Italian restaurant.
Exactly. Yes,
those two would be great ads.
Why are we not talking about gyms here? There's no gym in any of this. Okay.
All right. Paul says, "Hey, Mike, Mark, and Heidi," but he meant Robin. He said, "Sorry, Robin." On the next comment.
Sorry, it's okay.
Took us to 55 plus, where we thought we wanted to buy, but we didn't think we were ready for that yet. So he showed us Tidewater, which checked all the boxes, and we bought. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
That was you, Mike, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a little bit of a surprise because we were super focused on 55 plus. And then Mike calls a little later. Yeah, I think we're going to do something in Tidewater. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. But Mike, tell him a little bit of why Paul probably liked Tidewater. What are some of the features, like the raised elevations and those type of things?
Yeah, so they've got raised elevations, which was different. There's only a couple of neighborhoods that do that in the Cane Bay area. Just sets them apart. Paul kept asking, what's the reason for that? Is it because they're going to flood or no, it's just really aesthetics more than anything. Right. But they're well-built homes, Dreamfinder homes. It's nice house. They liked the fact that it wasn't, in their words, so cookie cutter, that there was a lot of variation between the elevations and the designs of the houses, things like that. And a little bit more quiet off the beaten path of Cane Bay, back there in the back. And so it just fit, and that's the thing. I mean, that's what we try to do really hard, is just get to know people and what their wants are and what best suits them and deliver it. And that was the case. We just had to keep looking and turning over, leaves till we found the right one for them. And we did.
That's awesome. So that's a great example, Curtis, of focusing in on 55 plus, and then we find the perfect thing for you. Yeah. Curtis had any opinions on Georgetown area? Robin, I'll let you go first on this.
I have been to Georgetown many times. I have 2 children who actually live in that area, so I'm there quite often. Georgetown is an older community, but they are, how do I put it? They're starting to come alive a little bit. So it's really been the past probably 10 years. You don't see a lot of young people moving there. A lot of the businesses closed down, especially during COVID, but Georgetown is such a great little area. It's really accessible to Myrtle Beach and the Charleston area. I can get there in an hour and a half and see 2 of the kids. So Georgetown is up and coming, and it's very beautiful there. It really is. It's old school stuff.
Now, Robin, I've never been there, but isn't there like a area along the water, the downtown area, that's got restaurants and shops and all that stuff?
They do. So they used to have a pier restaurant there, but now they have a few hotels. There's some restaurants right as you go, right before you go over that bridge to get to Myrtle Beach, because before that, you're on land, you go to the bridge, and then you're kind of like in Surfside, Pawleys Island, that sort of thing. But Georgetown has a lot of great restaurants, a lot of older historic downtown area. It's very beautiful. I mean, it's a great place to also live. It's very calm and secluded. Yep.
We were heading to Myrtle Beach, and we were going to stop, but they weren't quite ready for us yet. There is a new construction community that's going in up by the golf course off of 3191, some road that's right out of Georgetown. And I think it's only like 10, 15 minutes from the downtown Georgetown area. There's a golf course up there and brand new construction coming up. So.
And that is crazy because there's never been a golf course up there ever. Ever. So that's crazy. Yeah. But you know what? All that stuff from Myrtle Beach is starting to come this way towards Georgetown. So at some point they have to connect. Yeah,
I would think so too.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Georgetown is good too because you can go north to Myrtle or you can go south to Charleston. So
exactly. Yeah. Pretty easy.
Mike, have you been there? I haven't ate there, and I just go through there to go to Myrtle.
Yeah, it's me too. I've just kind of gone through there, but I think it's worth going to look at. I mean, it's like we've been talking about. It depends on individuals, very subjective, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. I knew Robin had been there. That's why I started with you, Robin.
Many times. Many times.
Paul said, Mike and the team delivered. Good job, Mike.
Yeah.
So Mike, we only got a few minutes left, but I want to talk about this. It's kind of far in the future, but we went and showed a commercial property together, and right next to that commercial property is going to be this big new development. You want to mention that, and I'll try to pull up the website.
Yeah, it's called the Charleston Low Line, and a lot of people are calling it the spine of Charleston. In a good way, that it's just going to bring a lot of structure. I look at it, and when I look at it and look at the there's three major sections to it. It for me, I would just say it's kind of like the Central Park. What Central Park is to New York City, this is what it would be to Charleston area. I really like the design. I like what they're doing. They incorporate a lot of nature and water and green spaces, along with the bike paths, and it starts in Marion Square and goes all the way down to right about where Morrison comes in down there by the I-26 area. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be a big transit hub down there at that end to kind of connect the rest of the Low Country. And so, I really like this plan. It's started. I mean, they're starting it. And they've got, some dreams and visions for it. So I hope they see it through.
Yeah. I think it'd be super cool. What it reminds me of a little bit is Falls Park, Reedy Falls Park up there in Greenville, where it kind of connects the city together, but through a park.
Yep. Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
You would be able to access the Cooper River Bridge, and a lot of people like to walk that, and there's parks on the other side of that. And it's just, I think it'd be great for Charleston.
Yeah. Love it. So nice. If you want an up and coming area, obviously they haven't done anything yet. And it used to be rail trails or railroad area. And, it's almost 2 miles of abandoned railway that they're going to try to take back and kind of, build all this together. So I thought that was super cool.
That is. Love that.
All right. Wow. Greg Getaways has another comment here. If you don't know, Greg Getaways is Jeff's travel channel where he puts out all his wonderful vacation videos and stuff. So it's a cool little video channel. Georgetown River Room Restaurant and Between the Antlers Restaurant. I guess he's saying those are the best restaurants in there.
Nice.
In Georgetown. Nice. All right. Well, we are pretty much out of time, guys. Robin, any final words, anything that you've got coming up with some clients that you're excited to show and stuff?
You know what? I talked with a young lady today, Judy, and she is looking at getting an evaluation on her home to see if she can actually just kind of get out of it and move to Summer's Wind. So we're going to see how that goes. I am happy to show anybody out in Cane Bay. I love that place. Absolutely excellent maneuvering. I mean, even the roads. I love the new shops that are coming. You can't even beat that. I mean, I promise we won't take Jeff's golf cart out that far, but I won't be driving if we do, so I'm not held responsible, okay? But yeah, no, you know what? That's such a great up and coming area. Nexton, I just love it. I can't even wait to see how it encompasses everything and everyone joins together. But my biggest thing is I can't wait to ride that ride out at Carnes because I'm gonna make a video of that thing. I want to ride that slide. I want to slide.
Well, we'll have to see if Jeff lets you use the amenities since you don't live there.
Oh, I know people who live there. I don't have to go through Jeff. It's all right though. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking Robin's not going to have any problem at all. So
I don't have an issue. I ain't got an issue. I know everybody.
What about you, Mike? Anything going on up in the upstate that you want to talk about? I know our Live in Carolina channel just put out yesterday the new Toll Brothers neighborhood. And
Good.
if you haven't seen that house, the Alyssa, I think it's called, that was an amazing house.
Nice.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I actually have a listing we're working on up here in the upstate. So that may be coming soon, but still most of my work is down in the low country. Got a lot of clients coming in over the next few weeks, and excited to be able to, take them out and show them some places and, get them a home.
Awesome. Well,
we have the best job, don't we?
Yes,
we do. It's great.
We do. Yeah.
Well, we want to thank everybody for inviting us into your living rooms and on your tablets and on your phones. Thanks for watching and sticking with us. We really appreciate it. We love to do Zoom calls. So if there's a situation that you guys are, you just want to ask some questions privately and, does this fit your situation? Is there, this kind of lifestyle in the area here in the Summerville or anywhere in South Carolina, really? We'll be happy to go over that with you on a Zoom call and answer all those questions, tell you how we work. Obviously, we work as a team all the time. So the good thing about that is if Mark gets sick and is bedridden with COVID or something, Mike and Robin pick up, or Jeff picks up. Or we just work cohesively together to, every once in a while we drop the ball, but we try to minimize those, and there aren't very many of them. So, we would love to do a Zoom call with you. At the end of this video, there'll be a QR code. You can scan that QR code, book a Zoom call with us. It'll drop right in our calendar. And until next week, we look forward to seeing you then.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good week.
You too.